Welcome to Subramani. I'm going to answer some of the questions which people have asked. So the first question is pretty longish answer. The question is very simple. The question is, are we in a financial bubble? And I have no clue to how to answer that question, because I do not know what is a bubble, in the sense that I've always felt bubble is with respect to one particular share or one particular class of shares. For example, the 2003 to 2007 was definitely an infrastructure bubble, where Tata Power was quoting at a PE of 100, the BHEL was quoting at a price of 308 or 318 or something like that. So that definitely visibly was a bubble. But right now, what is in a bubble? I mean, after the meltdown of Adani Group shares, you could say Adani Group share pricing was a bubble. The business was good. I'm still saying that the business is good, business was good. We are only talking about valuation. So largely we are talking about valuation. So the question to be asked is actually something very different. The question to ask is, how much risk can I tolerate? Right? So the need to take a risk and the capacity to take a risk. Do I need to take risk at all? Let's say there's a 75-year-old man with 5 crore portfolio and he's annually spending 10 lakhs. He doesn't have to really worry, because he's got enough money. Whatever he does, whatever be the inflation, he has enough money for the rest of his life. So the need to take risk is not there. The question is, if you take risk, will your goals get hampered? Will your daughter's education or son's education or marriage or your own retirement, will it get hampered? If it will get hampered, then you should not be taking risk with that amount. So that risk taking capacity and the need to take risk capacity, both have to be checked whether, so that is the first question, not whether we are in a bubble. The second question to ask is, is my asset allocation aligned to my goals? How is the alignment? If I have a goal within next 3 years, is that money in a liquid fund or in a ultra short bond fund? Is it in 3-4 fund houses? Have I done that? Right? So if I, and anything is a 30-year goal or a 25-year goal, is that money in equity? Right? So that is the question to ask. Is my asset allocation in line with my goals? Because my goals can keep changing, right? My daughter's marriage could come up quickly, or something else. My parents may need some kind of funding for their medical insurance, medical needs, or something like that. Any question. The question is, my goals, my asset allocation and my risk profile, are they in tune with each other? It should not happen that I'm taking too much risk to achieve a goal which is very difficult to achieve. Then I realize that because of that my retirement is in jeopardy, or I have to tell my son or daughter that I can't pay your 4th semester fees because I messed up. Right? You don't want to do something like that. So is all this in tandem, right? My asset allocation, my goals and my risk profile. If they are in tandem, then again I'm quite well off. For what am I using my portfolio? Is my portfolio going to fund my retirement? And if it is going to fund my retirement, how far away is my retirement? If my retirement is 20 years away, I have to worry less. If my retirement is 5 years away, I have to worry, because my retirement could happen tomorrow, right? So last 4 or 5 years, you can't give any kind of guarantee. If there is a problem internationally for your employer, he might just let go of Indian operations, or he might let go of you because he thinks you priced too high. Right? Some people come back and say, look, we priced you too high, can you take a cut in salary? Some people just say, sorry, we can't afford you, so don't stay here. So the last 4 or 5 years can be very crucial. So find out at what stage of your life you are, right? How are you going to fund your retirement, and depending on how far away your retirement is. How often am I rebalancing my portfolio? Because in the more volatile market, I may rebalance more often. In a market where I'm worried about inflation, I may change asset allocation also. I may just go to some metals, I may go to real estate, etc. Because I may think that in a rising interest rate scenario or a risen interest rate scenario, I'm better off with equity, I'm better off with real estate, and I'm better off with maybe metals, rather than be in debt, because the value of my lump sum may be falling. So any of those reallocation because of inflation, or because of lack of inflation, or because of change in taxation, any of these things you could be contemplating, right? So this is something which you have to consider. Also, what happens if the market really falls, my portfolio really falls, what do I do? What is my contingency plan? Should I keep some cash so that I can buy, right? That which means strategically should I have more cash, not or tactically should I have more cash. Strategically I already have my expenses to be met, my 6 months emergency fund, etc. But is it time to move some money? Do I have a bear market buying strategy, right? These are the questions which are more important than asking, are we in a bubble? Is your portfolio in a bubble? Are the shares which you have bought in a bubble, that is a valuation too high? Those questions you need to ask yourself, not me. Thank you. I don't have the energy or the technological know-how to conduct surveys on people's knowledge of numbers, but I am convinced that innumeracy is a big problem. So when I say you need 30 crores for retirement in 2052, they read it as they need 30 crores today, right? It's not today. Adjust for the next 20 years, 30 years for inflation, all of us will need, anybody who's alive in 2052 is going to need upwards of 35 crores for retirement. There's no doubt. It is just the power of inflation, just the power of compounding. That's all. It's not some rocket science. The question is, how do we prepare for inflation? What should you buy for combating inflation? So there are many things you can buy. So first of all, real estate has not done well for a very long time, and if inflation is going to remain high for a long time, real estate may make sense. I am not advocating real estate. I don't have any significant money in real estate. Of course, the house in which I stay is mine, but I'm just saying, so I am not recommending real estate, but real estate is definitely a fantastic hedge against inflation. So first you can have some real estate in your portfolio. I'm just saying, what all do you do to combat inflation? And inflation is going to live with us for some more time, right? We are not in a great hurry to get rid of inflation, but yes, might go down after some time. But yes, so real estate is a good place because to be in, if there is a sensible return on return in terms of rent. It's not at all possible in India, so you have to plan accordingly. So am I using real estate for against inflation? Answer is no, I am not a real estate fan anyway. Your precious metals will retain value, so gold, silver or some of those things will retain value, they will not fall in price. So SGB or whatever makes sense, and also if you have spare cash, makes sense to have gold coins or SGB or something like that. It still makes sense against inflation. Should you have it? What percentage should you have? I have no clue. Good dividend stock, which means good value companies, if you can buy, or if you can invest in a value based portfolio like iPro Discovery, or lot of people have value funds. That is another good hedge against inflation, because those companies will do well, and that fund manager will know what shares to buy to protect against inflation. So if you do that, that is another sensible thing you can do. Precious metals I've covered. You can also precious metal stocks or precious metal ETFs are available. Gold, silver is definitely available, or you could buy physical and keep it at home. You could one thing you should do is try delaying your retirement. If that is going to be, if you don't have, you don't have 30 times, you have 27 times or 28 times, see if you can delay your retirement. And secondly, in retirement, try to see if you can do some work which can offset the need to withdraw from your capital. So let us say you need 50,000 rupees a month. You are currently earning about, say, 50 lakhs a year. After you retire, if you can get anything which will put more than 50,000 per month, right? 50,000 per month, or about 6-7 lakhs per annum, that should be a good enough thing, because you postponed your retirement by 5 years. If you get a 5-year contract at the age of say 60 or at the age of 58, whatever is your retirement age, that also makes sense, because whatever you are getting from there I know a friend who is 73 years of age and still working. He has money is not really a problem, but it means till the age of 73 he has not touched his corpus. He has not even touched the growth that is happening in the corpus. So he's got more than adequate money, but yes, if you can try to delay, for those people for whom it is touch and go, yes, it makes sense for you to delay the withdrawal. How do you delay the withdrawal? By working working longer, right? So some of these things or all of these things put together, some kind of strategy so could help you combat inflation. Thank you. Some more reader queries that I'm handling. So I've done a post on Subra, do I really need 30 crores for retirement in 2053? Answer is definitely yes. So people are shocked at the figure, but they don't see the year. It is not as though you need 30 crores to retire in 2023. It's not even 33, it is 53. So it is 30 years from now. There you have to project some kind of inflation and check the amount of money that you will need. So please, innumeracy is a serious Indian problem. So somebody says do failure videos also. I've done enough in the past of financial mistakes that I've made, of equity investment mistakes that I've made, selling too early, holding too long, all those things I've covered. All my behavioral finance, behavioral science mistakes also I have covered. So if you watched all my videos, I would be surprised if you didn't find them. Your videos are highly educative. Thank you. Those who want to invest in bonds for easy diversification, then or should they invest in direct bond? Direct bond means current taxation. Investing in bond funds means postponement of taxation or shifting taxation from current income to capital gains. Thank you for giving advice to maintain a diary. I think maintaining a diary is very important and can be very useful. So those who maintain for any activity, whether it is gymming, whether it is eating, or whether it is investing, journaling will help. Thank you. For someone who is a full-time employee, he should invest in a mutual fund. So this question that I had asked, should people invest in the mutual fund or people should invest in direct equities? The answer of course is divided. Some people say it is easy to beat the index by buying components of the index. All the best. I do not know. If you are really that good in fund management, you should be working in fund management rather than working somewhere else. I'm regular. Please keep your video to 10 minutes. My videos will be 15 minutes, 6 minutes, 3 minutes. I think it even in excess of 20 minutes. It doesn't really matter. You watch it in installments, you watch it in 1.5x. It doesn't really matter. But my video length cannot be decided, and it depends on the topic. So if I have to talk of, say, about anchoring bias, that can't exceed 5-6 minutes, right? So any one single bias can't exceed. But if I have to talk about impact of behavioral, if my topic is impact of behavioral finance on your portfolio, I can talk for 2 hours. So the question is, the size of the video will depend on the topic, nothing else. It is not that Monday videos will be long and Saturday videos will be short, nothing like that, right? Please make a video on how mutual funds work. I've done a lot in the past. Go and search through, you'll find there are trustees, there's a board of directors, there are auditors, etc. Go find out their role. Even in my video library, you could find some of the stuff which I did. I've done it long ago. Lot of external noise. Sorry, I don't know how to thank you. I love you so much. I can tell you it's a guy. People, I like the video. Thank you. Better, one of your best videos when I asked whether you want to be in direct equity or in mutual funds. Your videos are one place where I look for motivation and financial planning and understanding risk. There's a pearls of wisdom. Thank you. Feels nice to read out such stuff also. Old video. That reminds me, a lot of my videos could be videos from the past. So once upon a time when I started, I had 58 followers and today I have 53,000 followers. So it's possible that some of my old videos are replayed, and Yes, it is possible that some of you may remember those videos because the whole channel is just about in its third year, right? So yes, you could remember, but yes, this is going to happen, especially how to improve as an investor. I have done at least 5-6 videos. I should put all of that together. Maybe there could be some overlap, but there is always some learning because of which I keep making these videos. So somebody will find it, somebody will watch it. So yes, there will be repetitions. Yes, it is possible that I am speaking very slowly. So please watch it at 1.5x. That's the only solution that I can think of. If you want, it's an old video. It is, sir, you have good content. So again, sir, you have good content, but please make a video in Hindi also. Hindi, Tamil, Gujarati don't get more than 800 views or 900 views. I'd rather make it in English and have 4,000 views, right? So that doesn't make sense for me to. Yeah, so for calculation purposes, people are saying, oh, how can you spend 1 lakh per month in a poor country like India, right? So there must be an NRI who is asking this question. Believe me, you need to know how to make a budget before you can start doing your investments. So I don't, I'm not getting into this, but I don't think any